Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I wanted to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and rule well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Back here today on my lunch break doing another lesson. Alright, just a simple lesson, okay, on the topic of staying away from unjust people. Alright, wicked people, people who aren't in their right mind, okay? Basically, people who aren't in this truth overall, okay? Of course, you'll have your exceptions, such as family, to a certain degree, all right? But your main, your actual main family and whatnot is everyone who is in this truth, okay? Those are your true brothers and sisters, all right? So that's who you would mainly want to hang around anytime, most of the time possible, okay? And what not to mainly stay away from is the people who are not in this truth, okay? Those unjust people, all right? And basically just let them be, all right? Because the Lord is going to reward everyone their reward, whether it's good or bad reward, and you don't want to get caught up in someone else's bad reward, or get put into a position now where the Lord is against you and now you have a bad reward. All right, just let the unjust be and mind your business, okay? So first things first, I have a couple precepts to go through. We're going to jump on down to the book of Revelations. We're going to start at chapter 22, and we're going to grab verse 10 on down. This is Revelation chapter 22 and verse 10. And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book. Slaki, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. Okay, if you're keeping this truth, if the Lord gave you this truth under a napkin, not doing what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to be keeping circumspect, being a watchman. All right, if you're not doing those things, you are sealing the sayings of this prophecy, okay? You are basically going against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and that is somebody that you would want to stay away from, okay? Continue in 22 and 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. Okay, plain and simple. If you could tell a person is just plain wicked, being unjust, leave them be, okay? You don't need to say continue to try to and bash them in the head and try to get them to understand this truth or change their ways, okay? Because they won't. All right, they can't. It's not for them to change their ways, no matter how bad you wish or want them to. It's all up to the Lord, okay? And he that is righteous and holy, let him be holy and still. Simple. That's simple, okay? Continuing, Revelation 22 and 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. To give every man according as his work shall be, okay? Meaning if you are unjust, you will get unjust rewards, okay? It can be anything from something simple, maybe a fender bender, maybe getting hurt, just something simple, or as serious as and stressful as, a sickness, maybe child support, or something even devastating as death, okay? The Lord can reward you with death, okay? It can be small or a large judgment, okay? All will go according to the Lord, all right? Or if you were righteous and holy in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you may receive a good reward, okay? On this side, the ultimate reward would be salvation, obviously, okay? Dodging those missiles and not being stuck here burning, with the 2/3 and the rest of these heathens, okay? Now let's get some examples that I got in my notes here of some precepts to further dive into unjust doings and whatnot, all right? Being a slave to your flesh, okay? Next, we're going to grab the book of Galatians, chapter 6, starting at verse 7. It's Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall also reap. Okay, backing up previous precepts from Revelation, whatever a man soweth, that a man shall also reap. If you reap the comfort of your lusts of your flesh, okay, which is going off or sinning, you shall reap that consequence. Okay, and of course, what is the consequences of death or of sin? It's death. Okay, the consequences of sin is death. Okay, but if you're fighting your flesh, trying your best to sin less, offend less, and all around being righteous to the best of your ability, you will reap the rewards of life, basically. Okay, the good things. Continuing, Galatians 6 and 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Okay, Galatians 6 and 8, my proof and backup of what I just said. To continue, if you reap the flesh, you'll get corruption. If you reap the Spirit, which the good things I explained a minute ago all pertain to the following of the Spirit, you will receive everlasting life. Okay, it's that plain and simple. All right, so next we got some examples here as well of things that your flesh, craves, bad things that we fight against, that can make you fall or lead you down the wrong path. Okay, also can help you determine if someone is unjust as well, or even trying their best to be spiritual. Okay, so we're gonna jump back a chapter in Galatians, and we're gonna start at verse 19 on down. This is Galatians chapter 5 verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Okay, as I said, these here are the examples of the things of the flesh. Okay, these things that drive you to sin, which they are sin, but those are the lusts. Okay, as a man who is always in iniquity, okay, which iniquity is constant sin, stacking sin upon sin without thought, is a man who is a slave to his flesh. Okay, therefore reaping the reward of flesh, which is corruption, as we read in Galatians chapter 6. Okay, therefore ultimately being destroyed, okay, or death is your reward. All right, bad things will happen to you when you are a slave to your flesh, or just racking up your sins, stuck in iniquity. Okay, next we're gonna grab from the book of Colossians. Get chapter 3 and verse 25. I'm gonna unhighlight that way the copy and paste mark is not there. Okay, this is the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons. Okay, as you can see here again, plain and simple, he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong that he's done. Okay, but it continues to say, and there is no respect of persons, basically meaning anybody could get it. All right, the Lord is like that. Okay, he is king and creator of the universe. Okay, you are basically nothing compared to him, and you will, for in fact, no matter what status or title you hold, you will reap what you sow, either good or bad, with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, also Exodus chapter 15 literally tells you that the Lord is a man of war. Why even in on our side as a man, why would you want to try a man of war? You wouldn't try a Marine or something like that. You know damn well you ain't gonna get up with no Marine. So why would you want to try the ultimate man of war, the creator of our universe? That makes no sense, okay? Especially with the statue and the greatness that the Lord is and has. Okay? The Lord is not to be played with. Okay? And also in another precept that comes to mind in Hebrews chapter 10, it states that it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Why? Because the Lord will let you have it no matter who you are. All right, again, no respect of person. Okay? Alrighty, lastly, we're going to jump to the book of Hebrews. We're going to grab chapter 10. Scroll on down. We're going to grab these last 3 precepts here and get rid of that so you can see. This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 37. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. That's speaking on Yahushua, okay? Hebrews 10 and 38, continuing now, the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. Okay? The just live by faith. But if you draw back, the Lord's soul shall have no pleasure in him. All right? You know, one of the main drawbacks is being, lust, going back into the world, losing the battles to your flesh, okay? Or just simply being that guy who doesn't want to hear what we have to say, scoff, or just stay in your flesh because you're comfortable. Okay, one thing about this truth is you have to learn to leave your comfort zone. Okay? But if the Lord doesn't choose you to come into this truth and learn how to be uncomfortable and suffer, all right, the Lord is not going to have no pleasure in you. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not messing with you. Simple. All right, continue on to 10 and 39. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. Okay, simple. There are those who are going to draw back. The 2/3 and everyone else basically who falls under that drawback category, all right? The ones destined for destruction on this side, okay? But of them that believe to the saving of the soul, which are those who didn't draw back, okay? Those ones who were seen as foolish for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, and the only ones who are seen as foolish are the elect. All right, only the elect are looking foolish for Yahweh Shem Yahushai on this side. All right, and you don't want to fall under the unjust category because, your only outcome in that category is judgment. It's death from the Lord, and that's what you want to avoid. Okay? However, not everyone who was called is chosen, all right? So, but if the Lord brings you into this truth, you have to try your best. That way you don't fall under that unjust category and, Lord willing, obtain eternal life. Okay, so we basically, we dove into some precepts on the unjust. We got some precepts on being unjust and what certain activities or actions are considered unjust. And, we also broke down the difference between unjust and righteous people with a couple of these precepts, okay? Not diving too deep into it. But Lord willing, you were edified. And in closing, I'm going to say, Kal Halayim La, Allahayina wa Abanel Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the hopeful elect.